Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
I just started it. Okay.
Yeah, it's our first try. So yeah, 5 episodes, right? First 5.
Yeah, so we could do. Well, I mean, you didn't watch the first 5, and we could also talk about
2, right?
Demon Slayer.
Oh, the first episode.
Yeah, well, first off, we don't even really know how we're going to start this. We're trying to get rid of just doing the typical, just plain intro that we do. We feel like that's kind of, I don't know, kind of dead, but also
Not dead. We just wanted to switch it up. We wanted to see.
No, but it is kind of dead because, like, imagine
things.
we just sound too serious. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
You know, that's true, and you know, we could always come back. Yeah, we're coming back and we're recording one, and it's been a minute, so I think that like having some switching up a little bit might help.
Yeah, it might help with us, honestly, but we don't really exactly have an exact topic for this episode. I don't even know what we name this episode, to be honest. Usually we have like episode names.
Yeah, well, I know 2 things that we're going to be talking about. So, because we watched the first 2 episodes of JoJo Part 6.
We watched it was 3. It was 3.
3?
Yeah, we watched
3
together. I can't even remember where we left off.
Yesterday.
Part 3.
So we all sat here
episode 3
and watched it yesterday, and then we also watched separately the first episode of Demon Slayer season 2, which, oh my fucking god, that shit was great.
that would. I really enjoyed it. The only thing I say is just Shinobu wasn't in there, so you know that's my waifu right there, and she wasn't in it. And they were.
Do we know where she's at?
I don't know. She's probably off on a mission, or she just wasn't shown. But I'm not really quite sure because.
And I just feel like
last time we saw her, she was at the mansion, if I remember correctly.
No, she was. Because she wasn't she like telling Tanjiro like be safe before they left? Or
I swear, but I don't know. Was it her or was it Kano? Isn't that the girl's name? The one that everyone like what is it, ships with Tanjiro?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So Kano. So I don't know. Well, we know she's not there because if she was there, then she sure as hell wouldn't have let Hashira just take Kano. You know,
no, it wasn't Kano. It was like some girl, and then like I can't remember. But Kano is the one that was just standing there. You know, she's the one that flips a coin.
Oh yeah,
she's kind of like Shinobu's little apprentice.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have let another Hashira take one of hers. She's a Hashira herself, so obviously she would have intervened if she was there. So I don't think she was there,
honestly. But no, like that Hashira, I did like I know you're saying that you didn't like the Hashira intro. I mean, we're kind of skipping parts here, but the Hashira, I thought he just came in there. I mean, he just swooped up. Do you really think he was he was supposed to get 2 girls, or he just grabbed 2 girls just because he wanted 2 girls?
I don't know. If they're saying
we don't know anything about him, so he could be like a pervert.
As much like Inosuke as they say he is, then somebody probably told him like maybe 2 women will be fine, and he just
those are probably the 2 closest women.
Yeah, he was like got it.
No, for real, like I don't know, but I don't know, since he's a sound Hashira, I don't know how that's gonna exactly work. Like I don't know how he's gonna because obviously the other ones that we've seen flame, we know. The insect we saw, Shinobu used poison.
Yeah.
The water, obviously they're using water, but what are they going to use for sound? Is it going to be I don't understand what is their sword technique going to be? The other ones have made sense. Even Zenitsu, what is he? Thunder, lightning?
Yeah, he's lightning. He's lightning.
But yeah.
So. I don't know. I hope whatever it is has to deal with vibrations. I always like whenever people use like vibrations like as like a physical attack.
Yeah,
because those are always interesting. I feel like they did well in some other shonen, especially like Naruto did some of those really well fights of like, oh, the sound power is really just vibrations, and like vibrations as a physical attack.
I don't know. I mean, I remember asking our friend yesterday. I was saying, I was like, I don't even know how he fights. Is it cool? And he's like, yeah, it's really cool. And apparently, I don't know. Like in the outro, I don't know if you watched the outro, but
I did.
Yeah, so you could see. I guess you could kind of see the demon that they're gonna face. I'm assuming it's gonna be an upper moon. If it's not, it just doesn't really make sense. Well, why this would be such a big arc, and everyone's saying it's gonna be a big arc, and I've heard a lot of people like who've read Demon Slayer have said that
if it's a big arc, all that means to me. If somebody that reads the manga says that an arc is coming up and is going to be huge, all that tells me is that people are going to die. That is literally all that means to me. Like,
I don't know.
What do you
think?
When someone says like, "Oh, this is a huge arc coming up," that translates to a Hashira dies. That's exactly what that means to me.
Do you think? I already forgot his name. But do you think he's gonna die? The Sound Hashira.
Yes.
You do think he's gonna die?
I feel like I don't think there will be many Hashira that we will be introduced to that don't die soon after they're introduced.
The ones that maybe what?
Because we know for a fact that
what if every Hashira dies? Because like
everyone would be fucked. Because there's no way every Hashira dies.
Well, for what we could assume, not in this arc, but for what we could assume.
No, I know, but I'm
Tanjiro's going to be taking out Muzan.
Yes,
that's what we could assume.
Yes, but also at the same time, you have the I don't know what his element is, but the Hashira always prays.
I think he's a rock ground or something like that. But that's already been confirmed.
Him and the Miss Hashira are the top two.
They haven't confirmed that.
That's not confirmed. But the one
that they said in the manga, for what they say in the manga, they only talk about who's the strongest, and they say the strongest is the praying guy. I forget. Yeah. If they say he's the strongest, and then after that they don't talk about the rankings. But from what people have said, he's definitely the strongest. Like that's all that they know. And then from other people's opinions, they have said Mist. I've heard
Mist is
Rengoku. I've heard Rengoku's one of the stronger like top half. Gyu, I've heard that he's top half too. But I don't know. I could assume, but pretty much everyone says that Shinobu and the other girl are the two weakest. Yeah. But they say Shinobu's the fastest, so.
That does say a lot, I guess. Everyone might have their own like unique abilities. Like, I don't know. I feel like what was the main antagonist's name? Muzan, right?
Muzan. Yeah. Kibushi Muzan or whatever.
Yeah, I think Muzan honestly could. I think this episode established it pretty well that he could take down the Demon Slayer Corps if he went on the offensive full out. Like if he actually was not trying. You can tell he has a separate objective other than I'm going on all out war in the Demon Slayer Corps.
There has to be. I feel like there.
Because he literally like this. Because
I hate those ones like those antagonists who are just like. They just won't do it like that. They'll just never do it themselves. They'll just have everyone else do it just because they don't want to get their hands dirty. And I don't know if that's gonna.
I don't think Muzan's like that. It's very obvious that like I said from this episode, the way that he sees the Demon Slayer Corps is like somebody else can take care of them. I'm so strong, I don't even need to worry about them really. Like he sees.
So you are saying that he's trying to get like other people to do it because he just doesn't want to get his hands dirty.
Not that he doesn't want to get his hands dirty. He thinks he's above that. He thinks he doesn't even have to worry about them. Because he literally
and also what we've seen is he's taken the form of a little boy, so he just keeps. But the thing that keeps, because he has like as we've seen like with everything, like the first time that we saw him, he appeared with like a family, kind of looked like Michael Jackson. Then at the end, we saw him. He got mad that one of the lower moons got taken down, so I think he got rid of the lower moons just in general, and. But he was like in a female form, and now he's in a little boy form. So, but it seemed like when he was obviously looked like Michael Jackson, it seemed like he had a family there and they had kids and like they knew him and everything. They were calling him father, and this time they were talking about the son being all smart, this, that, and the other. So it seems like there's a whole backstory for these characters, but it's like how is he going from transitioning from this to this? Is he living multiple lives where he's just now? I think he's just one person, but is he I don't know, or is he controlling other people's minds when it comes to that, or was he just creating illusions? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it.
I think he's just a really good manipulator. I think that that last family that he was with, he probably left. Like he realized that that family was compromised once he saw that Tanjiro saw it with him, and he probably just left. Because in all honesty, he most likely is just a really good manipulator and can have. He's probably potentially he has a power that like he can persuade people,
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, I think that mainly he's just a really good manipulator and is able to fit into literally anybody's life. Like he's just like a parasite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's another character like that I'm forgetting, but that can like literally just like fit so well into everyone's life. They don't have to worry about like being caught up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And obviously, one of the things that we're also, I think, is going to get built up is Akaza. That's the lower moon, or upper moon 3. That's obviously that's going to get built up as a big fight, and Tanjiro is going to fight him. I don't even know if he ends up fighting him in the manga, but I could only assume because how that was built up and how the kind of just like how Rengoku really affected him, and how he saw like at the end of Mugen Train how he was just so, it's like he lost his composure. Usually he keeps calm, and sometimes he is able to like feel compassion for the demons, and sometimes he feels bad. He felt no like remorse at all. He wanted Akaza dead. He wanted to fight him. He wanted to kill him in that moment because he knew, like, and he was running away from whatever, but he can see he really bonded with Rengoku. But so I think that's going to be a big built up fight, and if it doesn't happen, I'd be kind of surprised. I don't know, and maybe we could even see Akaza maybe taking down somebody else, but I feel like we are going to see a bunch of deaths in Demon Slayer.
I think this arc.
I don't see any other Hashiras coming in. I think I think this is, from what I've been told, watching this other podcast where they're going over Demon Slayer.
Which one specifically?
It's called the anime version.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that one.
Okay, but what's it called? As they were saying, after Mugen Train, there's only 3 arcs, and that's including the Entertainment District. 3 or 4 arcs, including
Entertainment District. Then
yeah,
that means that.
There's
to me that means that Hashiras have to die in this one.
Yeah, but there's obviously going to be. I don't know. I could look it up myself, but I feel like I'd be spoiled.
Yeah.
Obviously I would be spoiled.
I'm sorry if we're spoiling, quote unquote, anybody that's listening.
Yeah, but I mean,
just know that that's how this series works, I guess.
Yeah, I get, like, I'm sure no one's gonna be spoiled, but I feel like everyone's just gonna have their own outlook. But I think as a whole, everyone can see it. Just this anime is just gonna have a lot of people that die. But obviously there's I don't know, but it's an interesting series.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Zenitsu, if I'm looking forward to see how many characters develop, I'd like to see Zenitsu, how he develops. I think that's the one that I'm looking forward to most, and I'm also looking forward to just seeing more, obviously, with my favorite character Shinobu, and just seeing the more upper moons, like how strong can they be, Muzan, and just the strongest Hashira. What is he about?
Yeah.
And obviously one of the things that we learned about is the what is it?
It's the sun breathing technique.
Sun breathing technique. So what are your thoughts on that?
I am going to say, I mean, we just talked about this maybe like 10 minutes before the podcast started, but I think that I don't think that it's gonna be like, like a family tradition, kind of like how, in Naruto, like it's always passed down every generation. I feel like the backstory is Tanjiro's ancestor was the first sun breather, like using the sun breathing technique, and then maybe he passed on 1 or 2, and then they just stopped becoming demon slayers and weren't a part of the core, and translated it to a dance to make sure that everyone knew it. But I don't know, because
as we could see
in the
like
backstory,
it looks,
like it says,
we could see that it's Tanjiro's dad. Tanjiro's dad. That's how we know the Hinokami Kagura dance.
Yeah.
That's how he knew it. Is because of his dad. He's seen his dad do it, and that's how he was able to do it with when he did it against, what is his name, Rui. Yeah. I think that's what the demon's name was, the Upper Moon 11. As we were able to see him, or Lower Moon 11, as we were able to see him do it.
The reason that I say that is because Tanjiro already said he knows for a fact that that they aren't they don't have, his family doesn't have any other occupations than what his father was doing, but it wasn't, you know, as a demon slayer, it was what he saw him doing. And so they were saying, like, he's like, I know for a fact that we weren't slayers, like we weren't demon slayers, you know.
He doesn't, but I don't think he knows that for a fact, and it shows because he has the same earrings as his dad.
Yeah.
And obviously Rengoku's dad was able to notice the earrings, and he was able to see, oh, you think you're all high and mighty because you can do the sun breathing technique, which is, you know, the best technique and all this. So clearly his dad knows about it and knows something of it. And I feel like there's going to be some relation between Muzan and his dad. And obviously, what we've seen is, I think we saw something in this episode where Muzan was almost worried about, or like, just, I feel like worried about something. Obviously he's worried about Tanjiro, so it has to do something, like Muzan knows, and it has to do with something with it has to be leading up to his dad. There has to be some backstory about his dad. Honestly,
it would be cool to see. I was just, from what I've seen so far, I'm not totally convinced, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. So
about what?
Oh, like I said, just like it's not actually every generation, and it's not his dad either. You know, personally to me, but yeah, I don't know. Also, how did you feel about the dude that made the swords chasing Tanjiro for an entire day?
I mean, because he threw
this
sword. That was kind of funny. What's his name? He's pretty cool.
In the anime, we still haven't seen him unmasked, right?
Not that I could think.
I've seen pictures in the manga. He looks like a regular dude. He doesn't.
I haven't seen. That's the dude. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but like underneath the mask, he looks like a regular dude, and he's actually young. He doesn't. I thought he was gonna be old, and he's actually like young.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm really obviously just interested in just seeing how some of these characters develop and what happens to them, and obviously.
I'm excited for
I just
than anybody else.
I've had some spoilers, and I'm really sad. So I'm just wondering how some of these are going to happen. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure we both have spoilers, but we're not going to tell each other.
Two different spoilers, and we know that we have two different spoilers.
But we just don't want to tell each other because we don't. Well, it's like, what if he doesn't know this spoiler? Yeah. And what if, you know? So I don't really want to.
Because I know what happens. I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen this arc.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're either going to see a lot of deaths in the arc after this, or the last arc, one of the two. And I don't know. Like, I feel like we're eventually going to see Muzan make a move himself, and I feel like that's maybe after this arc. I feel like that could be a good thing. Is, say if he's able to take down this upper moon, right? But he lives. Like, say if he lives, he doesn't die. If he lives,
and then Muzan comes and does it himself.
No. Muzan will be like, he'll be infuriated. He'll be like, you know what? Fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Or he'll just be like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to send the number one moon.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have.
Or them not even the number one moon, like all of them, like an all-out offensive.
I'm not sure. I don't know
because that's what I mean. Yeah, that's where the story is leading up. Like I said, currently the way that I see Muzan is he doesn't see like the Demon Slayer Corps as much as a threat to whatever his end game is right now, because he feels like he's above them. But I think once he realizes that, like, oh, they're gonna be like hard. They're like actually getting in my way. Let me go end this real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And one of the things that I also wanted to point out is I could see, obviously, a lot of these characters are obviously just becoming more accepting of Nezuko. And at first, a lot of them were just, it was always pointed out, and it hasn't even been pointed out that, you know, he has a demon, he's carrying a demon with him, blah, blah, blah. Hasn't been pointed out.
Yeah, obviously. I thought that Rengoku's dad was going to say some shit about it.
Yeah, I thought he might say something about it, but he didn't.
He didn't say anything.
Which I was surprised about. He didn't say anything. And obviously, I'm pretty sure he could have sensed it.
That's what I was saying. He's a Hashira.
He's a former Hashira. Yeah. And what's it called? But we've seen how different characters, like we saw Shinobu, obviously she has a strong hatred towards demons. Like she has a strong hatred towards demons, and it's almost seemed like she hasn't became emotionless, but like maybe just in her face, she's not really showing as much emotion. But deep down, she's angry. She's, pissed at these demons, and she can't really. That's I feel like that's another. Also, her sword, can't cut off a demon's head. She's not strong enough for that. Yeah. So she has poison, which also goes back to they're dying slowly, and Shinobu probably wants them to die slowly because of everything how they affected her, the impact that the demons had. She just can't forgive, and Tanjiro is more compassionate towards demons. Shinobu isn't, which is there's a little contrast there, which I think is interesting.
I think the majority of all Hashira is pretty obvious are not compassionate towards demons. I think Tanjiro is the only exception.
I wouldn't say so, because I would say Rengoku, he didn't show as much, hatred towards demons. I would say, but I
he was there for the Hashira meeting. You know what I'm saying?
And he was one of the ones who was actually against Nezuko. But once he actually got to see her, he became more accepting. Like, he was one of the ones who was against. I know, obviously, Gyua or whatever his name is, the first Hashira that we're introduced to, he's was accepting more right off the bat because he actually saw like her go from attacking him to just actually protecting Tanjiro, and just in a moment. So I think Do you
think Gyu is the weakest? I know you were saying that Shinobu and the other girl were supposed to be the weakest at Hashira. I feel like Gyu is pretty weak compared to everyone else.
No, I like, and from lists that I've seen, I've looked up lists, and that's probably not good. I've seen him upper half, top half, okay. And in every list it's just Shinobu and the other girl.
That type of energy,
The love Hashira and the insect Hashira. But yeah, I'm saying this with my little Shinobu shrine behind me.
Small, nothing huge, just maybe a foot worth of shit.
Yeah, 3 figures, a puzzle, a plushie, keychain, and then the little thing. But so maybe we can get on and talk about how I'm officially a part skipper.
Yay! What a W. Okay. He saw the fucking. He saw the whatever the fuck it is, the half of the golden arrow, and he was like, he just did not know what was going on. We had to explain it, like, it gives people stands and requiems, and we're like, that's like a piece of it.
Well, I knew about that. You
didn't know what it was when you saw it on screen.
Well, I was just like, because I forgot about it, because it had been. Wouldn't say
you never saw it.
My senior year of high school is when I started JoJo, and also I was just asking everybody questions about JoJo. JoJo and Hunter x Hunter are the two series that I've not really cared about spoilers, just for some reason. I don't know why. The one that I care about spoilers most is obviously One Piece. I can get spoiled for everything on Earth, but I do not want to get spoiled for One Piece.
I get spoiled for One Piece just because of the culture, and I'm not mad about it, but I'm just like, damn, I kind of wanted to wait until I feel
like a lot of people, like, that's one of the things. I feel like the One Piece community is, depending on where you're looking, they're pretty good when it comes to just like not saying spoilers.
Yeah, but I'm just so far behind.
But they're pretty good when it comes to like just not saying spoilers. But I think just because I guess it's just because it's not as mainstream, just a bit amongst people, like if you're going to school, most people you're going to see are going to know about Dragon Ball, Naruto
in America,
but if you get into the One Piece community, anime community, One Piece is obviously mainstream, but if you're talking about just globally, it's not as mainstream as you say in Japan or in other Asian countries.
Because in Japan it's number 1, right?
It's number 1. It's number 1. And as of these past 2 years, it's actually gone down in manga. Well, I don't know if it's gone down in manga sales, but it's no longer number 1. This year was. Do you know who it was?
What's up?
Do you know who's the number 1 selling manga this year?
I would assume Demon Slayer.
It was number 2.
Chainsaw Man?
No, I think that was it higher selling than One Piece. I'm not sure, but I know Demon Slayer was number 2.
Fuck, I don't actually know.
It's Jujutsu Kaisen.
I was going to say Jujutsu Kaisen, but
Jujutsu Kaisen number 1.
I also would have guessed Attack on Titan because people...
But there was a huge gap from number 3 to number 2. Like, I remember looking at it, I was like, holy shit. Like,
what was number 3?
I can't remember. I think it was Attack on Titan. I think. I'm not sure. I think One Piece, it was either top 5 or it was 6. One of the two.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's gone down, but it's still the highest selling manga of all time, and it's about to become. It's sooner or later it should become like the number one overall, and just.
I mean, it's already just
sales in general.
Yeah,
like,
in reality, we all pretty much know it's Goat Piece. It's gonna be number one forever.
Anyways, but yeah, when it comes to JoJo, obviously I know a lot of spoilers. I already know what's gonna happen in part 6, and part 7.
He knows just the end. He doesn't know anything else.
Well, no. I know a lot of parts. Which parts I shouldn't know? I shouldn't have known.
Well, spoilers, by the way.
I shouldn't have known whose stand that was in that moment.
Oh.
Yeah, I shouldn't have known who took, Jotaro's stand. I shouldn't have known who that was in that moment.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Because I told you at that point in time, it's not revealed who that is.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be much later in the series, but...
me too. I guess reading it took a couple chapters for me to, actually start getting into it.
I thought that was towards the end.
I thought it was legit exactly in the middle, but I guess I forgot how long it takes for them to actually get out of the prison.
Mm-hmm.
So
see where I left off. I guess if we can say we're talking about JoJo Part 6 now. Yeah. Where I left off is Jolene turned herself in. Like, she saw Jotaro died. She pretty much turned herself in. She was talking to him, and his name's revealed, Emporio.
Yeah.
Which obviously I know. And
shout out.
Oh, I don't want to say anything about the ending.
Have you seen Honestly yet?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
What's it? But that's what happened. We saw. It was a really confusing fight between what's the guy's name? The sniper, the blind sniper. I forget his name.
I forget his name.
Something, and then I can't remember. It's crazy. I just saw it and I already forgot.
Yeah.
He was just that forgettable of a character. Don't care about him. But the fight with him was really.
His stand is really confusing to me.
It was confusing because
the way
they kept dreaming.
Yeah.
They kept dreaming, which was really confusing. And I don't know.
Even in the manga, it was really hard. See, that's the thing I like about anime is when you read a manga, you may be confused on exactly what's happening. You may think you know what happened, or you assume, because panels sometimes they get a little hard to discern all the lines and shit. And then you watch it get animated, and you're like, oh, that's what was happening. But still, I'm pretty sure that fight is still fucking confusing because in the manga, it was so hard for me to tell what the fuck was happening when I read that. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
It was even confusing in the anime. Not to say that it wasn't good. Obviously, I thought it was great. And also, guys, I'm not a complete part skipper. I have watched half of part 4, but I've not watched part 5. But I know all that happens in part 5. I guess part 4 is one that I don't really know as much about. Back then I knew more, obviously, because I just remembered, but I forgot about how Kira's stand works. And I just forgot. I don't really know much about the ending. I just know he has a hand fetish, and he's pretty much behind everything that's going on in Mordia.
Yeah.
But anyways, I know about part 5, so I know about that stuff, and obviously the golden stand area, and that's how Giorno got his Requiem, and Giorno's Requiem is just OP, and
shout out.
Spoilers, Giorno could have prevented part 7.
Yes. Hypothetically.
Yeah, no, because didn't it say that he was in that state too? It said he was
not in the state.
Okay, we're still talking spoilers, but it said, but he was close by.
He wasn't there, but yes, he was. He was somewhere. I think it tells you where he was.
Didn't they say? Because didn't it say something about Should we even be talking about this on the pod?
We can.
Okay.
We said spoilers. It's their fault if they're still.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're still spoilers.
Shout out.
I know something happened where, don't tell me exactly, but I know something happened with Dio's bone, and everyone who's a part of the Joestar bloodline in some way got a signal or something, or got some sort of feeling.
Yeah.
And that's why they got alerted, and that's why they went there.
Yes.
To where Pucci was.
Yeah.
But they say Giorno, maybe his stand just negated that, so that's why he didn't get the sense of it happening.
Potentially. He's also a fucking mob boss at this time, so he might not be worried about it.
Well, I mean, he was literally the only one who could have, prevented it from happening. I'm not going to say exactly what happens because maybe if people are still listening, they don't want to get
spoiled. Because also he wasn't explained to as well about the Joestar bloodline too much as other characters were, because
isn't his only really intro didn't he only really learn about the Joestar family through Koichi? Because Jotaro didn't go to meet Giorno in person, right? He just sent Koichi, right?
Yeah. Well,
and Koichi's now part of the Speedwagon Foundation.
Yeah, that and Polnareff.
Oh yeah, he's in the fucking wheelchair.
But yeah, so they honestly, like, it was not super. He doesn't know too much about all this shit as every other Joestar does.
Yeah,
because every other Joestar is like, he's the bastard child, Every other Joestar is really closely connected. And
how many sons does Dio have? Dio, all of Dio's. Oh shit, no, whatever. How many sons does he have?
It was 7 or 8, right?
Something
like that. And then like 2 of them were like, eh. and then yeah, it was a good amount, but they were all kind of poo.
What's Giorno's actual stand, like before he became a Requiem, was just he could make things living.
Yeah, he could turn any matter into organic matter, or he could turn.
I was about to say a spoiler, but
he could turn any organic matter into whatever he wants.
I was about to say a spoiler, but what's it? But yeah, obviously not. I don't want to talk about part 7. I mean, unfortunately I know some spoilers for part 7, which is the one I was probably most excited for. Out of all the parts, I was most excited for part 7. It's partially my fault. I didn't really want to. I know about some characters who die.
Spoilers.
Yeah. So, but I don't want to say that.
Just say it.
No. And the guy who told me, he's like, bro, you're gonna forget about it. How am I gonna forget about a character dying? Yeah, I still remember to this day.
I got spoiled, you'll forget for like Demon Slayer. Senior year of high school. This is 2 years later. I still know the exact conversation that I had.
Yeah, I still remember the exact dude and everything. Yeah. Like it's just you just don't forget things like that. Like it's just
I'm fucking invested.
Yeah. But yeah, so far I can say with like just even through 5 episodes with great certainty, that doesn't even sound right, but with I could really tell that Jolene's gonna be one of my favorite JoJo's. Yeah. Or main characters for the parts. I could tell because Jonathan kind of blands. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of
justice and will, but aside from that, he's
and he's obviously, and that's more when first 3 parts. That's when everyone's just insanely swole and just all this. So, but I don't know if he's gonna take over part 2 Joseph. Part 2 Joseph was just, I think. And I think he's probably the fan favorite when it comes to just JoJo's.
He's the most charismatic.
And for some reason, a lot of people like Giorno, but I've heard either one of 2 things: everybody loves Giorno, or they hate him. Like they think he's just so
stupid.
Yeah, they just think he's just so. What have I heard? I can't remember, but I don't want to speak.
He shouldn't have had Golden Wind Requiem. Like they think that and
it was. I heard he was also kind of just boring. Is that
some people say that? Honestly, I think that Giorno's very smart, and I like him, but I don't think that he is. I don't think he's the smartest out of all of them. I'll say the smartest out of all of them, and you'll see why later on in part 7.
Hold on. I have a thing. So
go ahead.
Jotaro, he knows of. He knows the gold arrow makes a Requiem?
He knows that the golden arrow can create stands.
He doesn't know it can create a Requiem.
No.
So who
Requiem
knows?
Requiem wasn't introduced. Requiem wasn't introduced till part 5.
Yeah. So when was okay? Who knows of like that it can create a Requiem?
Everyone in part 5, because that's when the first.
So even Koichi.
Yes, hypothetically.
So Jotaro, I guess you can't assume, but
Koichi, because Koichi is his messenger.
Know. So that's like almost kind of like, why didn't Jotaro use it on himself? Because you 100% get a Requiem if you use it, right?
No, it's not guaranteed. If you don't have a stand...
No. Say if you do have a stand,
yeah.
It's 100% you're getting a Requiem?
Well, that's the thing is what I was going to say. If you don't have a stand, you could get a stand. And if you do have a stand, you could get a Requiem.
So, well, I guess we can assume, but we don't know if, what's his name, tried it.
Sure
because if Jotaro tried it, we can only assume
that he'll get it. Right? But also it's about who holds the golden arrow. And I'm going to say that, yeah, Jotaro knows about it, and because he was the one that gave Jolene the pendant, he sent the pendant to Jolene's mom and then to Jolene.
Yeah.
So he knows about it.
He knows. Yeah. He knows what it consists of and what it can do. But I just want to know because he never used it on himself. Like
what would the Requiem be for Star Platinum?
I don't know.
Turn back time instead of just stop it.
Maybe, but like okay, but if you're going like. If we're going by, maybe it has to do something with relation. What does Giorno's stand have in relation to what he does?
Absolutely fine.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. It's just the complete contrast of King Crimson.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just a complete contrast of King Crimson.
Yeah, cause of that effect. Yeah. It's interesting, to say the least. It's really weird in total. It's interesting. But yes, it's the opposite of King Crimson.
But obviously, I'm interested in learning more about
maybe it grants you what you want. Maybe it grants you what you want, like what you desire in a power.
I don't know. I mean, and obviously, I don't know. Do you think this is? Who do you think? I mean, maybe that might be a spoiler, but
keep going.
I was gonna say, do you think Jolene, besides Joseph, has the weakest stand?
Yes.
Out of all the JoJos.
Power-wise,
yes,
she has the weakest stand. But the difference is, and this is what I was gonna say earlier, Jolene is the smartest. To me, Jolene is the smartest JoJo out of all of them. Out of all, even, and I've read, like, out of all of them, Jolene is the smartest. I thought when I finished part 8 that I was going to be surprised, because I was thinking, oh, the villain, to get over this, you're gonna have to think really outside the box, right?
Yeah.
But no, I finished part 8 and no, still Jolene is the smartest at all. And you'll see why at the very end. There's things that she does that like solidifies that she is the smartest out of all the JoJos. So no, she has the weakest stand, but she's so smart, she knows how to use it to make it powerful.
Yeah.
So yes, power wise, she has the weakest stand.
I don't know. I don't think we should talk too much about, because I do want to talk about the end of part 6. I shouldn't know it, but I guess I'll just ask the question: do you think anyone else besides Giorno could have prevented what happens?
That's a good question. It's all about whose stand you put up against.
Because I don't whatever. I don't.
It's all about
just answer that question.
It's all about whose stand has the ability to stop another stand's power. That's it. Whose stand has the ability to stop a stand from activating its power in any way, shape, or form. If you can prevent the stand from stopping, and then kill the main villain while the stand is not being able to be used, or subdue him, yada yada, then yeah, it's all about who can do that. So not many people, I'd say that. So it's definitely, yeah, you're definitely talking about someone with like,
do you think
Giorno power ability, potentially
Rohan,
Jotaro, but there's a reason why he didn't win. So
yeah, I remember the reason why he didn't win.
But Rohan,
what do you think of Rohan?
Do I think Rohan could have done it?
Fuck, we should just stop talking about this.
No.
Because we're eventually getting.
There's a very definite answer. No, because you can still use your stand when Rohan has his stand activated on you. You still use your stand.
But say if he wrote something like this said character will not use it for, evil doing.
Is it evil? Is it inherently evil?
That is true. It all just depends on how you're looking at it. But I mean, will not. You could say he won't.
I'll really say like it would be a stretch. It would be a stretch. For Rohan, at least it would be a stretch.
But say if
you literally have to have it to a point where you can either control or stop the stand from activating its power. That's it. That's all you can do. Is it? So yeah, Rohan definite. To me, its answer is a definite no. You can still use your stand inside the.
Wait. So okay. So basically, what? How do they describe? Okay, Giorno. He keeps the cause, but he takes away the effect, or is it the other way? He takes away the cause, but he keeps the effect.
He keeps the cause, but he takes away the effect.
Okay, and then King Crimson, he takes away the cause, but he keeps
the effect.
Okay.
That's why stuff happens, but they don't know how it happens.
So
when King Crimson, like things will get stabbed into you, but you never did that thing that required it to get stabbed into you. You see what I'm saying?
So do you think? Nah, whatever. Whatever. We'll just move on, but talk right, more about part 6.
No. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, talk about how we feel the adaptation has been. And I've heard from a lot of people that they say they felt like this has been the best adaptation so far.
The only complaint I have with it, and this is somebody else that watched it with me said this is weird too, which is like the background characters, even the ones in front of the actual main characters, are not animated in. They are just grayed out, and it feels weird. They've done it in other parts, but it just feels like not to this scale. It makes certain scenes feel really awkward. Those aren't important scenes, though. I'm just saying in general, from a straight animation perspective.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really bug me as much, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's been cool, but
because at least
I'm excited to learn more about the stands.
Yeah.
Spoiler again. The stands in what's it called? The prison.
In the prison.
Oh, is that even a spoiler?
Not really.
But okay. Anyways, back to whatever's. But okay, so as I assume, as y'all can, I think y'all could assume that there's gonna be more stands, and I'm just excited to learn more about these said stands in like the prison, because obviously there's gonna be more, and so I'm excited to learn more about them.
A little spoiler, but you saw her in the intro. I'm ready for Foo Fighters. I cannot wait.
I'm ready for.
Yeah.
But
you saw her in the intro though, so I can't.
Well, yeah. So obviously, pretty much in every JoJo intro, there's spoilers.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Oh, also, one of the things is that's going to be quite unfortunate is in Japan, apparently, it's airing weekly, right? So they don't have the first 12 episodes.
Yeah.
We have the first 12 episodes.
Yeah.
So
shout out to American supremacy.
If it's going by that, if we're going by that, we won't see new episodes of JoJo Part 6 until March.
Oh,
which is that's pretty far away.
I guess that sucks, but does it really? In all honesty, like, and if you're in Japan, like, dude, it airs, and you can switch the languages in America to just Japanese without subtitles. So,
well, I don't. They'd have to use
VPN. That's what I'm saying. It's not that hard. Just use a VPN.
Yeah, I guess, but still, I don't know. It's
like if I was them,
but with the whole thing that's going on, like if it's airing weekly over there, they're probably not going to release. Like if we're using that, then they're probably not going to release episodes till March, which is.
It's fine. That's fine.
I mean, it is. But like,
if anything, if JoJo fans know anything, it's about waiting.
But the thing is, yeah. But I guess that gives me plenty enough opportunity to catch up to finish part 4, finish part 5, and then obviously get caught up to part 6.
Rewatch part 6, the first half.
I don't really need to.
You could.
I could, but I don't need to. I could, honestly. But honestly, where does part 6 rank for you amongst the parts?
All of them?
Yes.
I don't know. I have to see.
Top half,
that was
bottom,
the first.
top half or bottom half?
That's the first question that that's the first time somebody's asked me that since I reread since I finished part 8. So now I have to think about my rankings all over.
Because I remember you said a lot of people's favorites. I think everyone's favorite is
7. Holy fuck, it's good.
Yeah, but I remember you saying at one point you think part 8 might be better.
I said because it looked like it was going to be, and then the ending happened, and I have only talked about it with one other person, because there's only one other person that I know that actually has read part 8 and is like it. They read the ending, you know?
Yeah. And
so it's an ending. It feels a little rushed, but maybe that's because people were.
Do you have any? What are your guesses for who could be? Whatever.
No,
can't really
just say
because JoJo lands part 9.
Yes.
Who do you think?
Who is going to be the JoJo? I think.
Okay. No, wait, hold on. This is we're this is a lot of spoiler territory.
It's fine, bro.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I guess
it's our podcast. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
What are your theories for part 9?
I pray that we get a like JoJo MCU, and like just have 2 of the universes combined. Spoilers.
Well, that's major spoilers. But
metaphysical universe, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about story universe, not actual.
That is definitely a spoiler. But I think. I don't know.
I think most JoJo fans know about it though. I think if you're a real JoJo fan, you know exactly. Like, you might not know what happens, but you've heard about it. So, yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think here.
But yeah, like to me,
obviously I
don't think it's gonna be any established character at all, ever. I think it's going to be a new character, not based on anybody. I don't want it to do what they did with part 8. I don't want it to be a re-edition of part 4. That was cool and all. They were really original with it. There's a lot of things that really did not match up with part 4. What part 8 felt like me was like Araki being like, okay, here's part 4. Let me fix it. Right?
Yeah.
Not let me fix it, but let me change it and make it feel a little bit more interesting.
Let's go back more into out of, let's just say, the first 6 parts. Where does part 6 rank for you?
Fuck. You don't make me say top, because I will say top.
You think it's the best?
This narrative is so fucking good.
Yeah, I've heard, because I think
like you could say, you know, fights wise, there are better fights in part 3, and you may be right, but to me, I think just in general, fucking the story of part 7 and like story of part 7 is above everything else, and then 6 is right below it, because they're on a scale that is intense. You know what I'm saying? Especially for JoJo fans, once you've built up to that level, you're like, man, what can top this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that the fact of like part 6 is so huge, and like the scale of it is so huge, and everything that happens is so like altering and important, and then it's followed up by part 7, which literally comes in and tops that. But it still says a lot about, you know, about part 6.
I've heard some people think that this is. I've heard this part has mixed reviews.
Obviously, for some people, they didn't like the major decision. Yeah.
The major decision
from Araki himself, which is like, okay, you don't like that decision, but how does the part in total feel? You know what I'm saying? That's just one portion of it. And like I said, I think narratively it's good. I think if you were to compare it to like anything else, well, fuck, I don't know. You can't really compare JoJo to anything else.
Yeah, you really can't, I guess. Yeah, you really can't. JoJo, it's like its own sort of thing. I think there's a lot of anime out there that are kind of just like its own.
I'm not gonna compare it to anime. I'd say part 6 is like the end game of JoJo, like with similar, akin to the level and scale of Avengers Endgame.
I think.
Like even if
yeah, but Giorno. But anyway, anyways, back to part what I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about part 6. We were talking about why
I was trying to transition.
Why part 6 was better than all the other parts.
I can't speak on that. But from the parts I've completely finished, part 2, I'd say part 2, 3, 1. But I've only seen.
You've always put 2 above 3, huh?
I've always put 2 above. And I could comfortably say that it's better than 4. I haven't finished part 5, but from what I've heard and from what I know about it, I'm not gonna like it as half as much as part 2. So I feel like I don't know why people like, from what I know and everything. I don't know why people like part 4. I don't know why people like part 4.
I like part 4. I'm a part 4 lover. Everyone gives me shit for it. I'm fine.
Yeah, I just think it's taken so long. Like, look, where am I at with part 4? So I just finished. They're fighting a rat. They just finished fighting a rat.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that the only thing that adds to the story for me is just that an animal can get a stand. That's what it adds to the story.
Well, you already knew that.
And no, a stand arrow can be used on
bro, if an animal can get a stand, then yes, a stand arrow can be used on it.
Yeah, I guess that's right. But then it doesn't add anything to the story for me. Like we've already got so many characters who have, like, I could just go on and look at all the characters, because we've had the hair girl. Who else have we had in part? And I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Part 4.
Yeah, part 4. I'm trying to think about all the ones that we've had. Who's the guy who uses a guitar?
Oh, that's technically Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think, but I could be wrong as fuck.
Like, let me check here. We've had the character who probably has one of the top 5 strongest stands in all of JoJo, period. But he's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, because you can admit that is one of the strongest abilities. He could literally wipe somebody out of existence
if he wanted to,
but he's just stupid.
Some say stupid.
Where was he at part 6?
Others say kind-hearted.
What is this one? What was, I can't even remember.
Part 4 has some of the strongest parts. Easily.
Part 4 has some of the what?
Strongest stands.
Oh, so you're talking about with Kira's stand and Zahando,
Rohan's, and even Koichi's. I like Koichi's stand. I think that Act 3 version of Koichi's stand is goated.
I forgot what it does, which is, I guess, a good thing. So I can be surprised. The one thing I'm surprised about is learning about that one in part 6, because I'm that's the one, because I remember I really liked that one, even though you said it's a small transition, but whatever. Back to part 4. Part 4, I don't know. I haven't, like, it's taken. I finished parts 1, 2, and 3 like within a couple months. But part 4, it has been over a year and a half.
It's been longer than that.
Yeah, it's been. No, it hasn't.
No, we were still in high school, I think, and you were doing part 4.
I started part 4 second half of senior year, so it hasn't been 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
It hasn't. We haven't reached the second half of what would have been our senior year, the 2-year mark of our senior year. So I think I started somewhere in March, so it's been over a year. It's been a year and a half.
It's been a long.
Oh yeah, over in a year and a half. It's just that part 4. It's good, but I'm just like, I'd rather watch this. I'd rather watch
It's been
it.
damn near 2 years.
And a lot of the shit that I've watched since then has been like, damn, I'm just watching this just so I can complete it. Why can't I complete part 4? It's like I watch.
Because you watch random shit, right? You
Sometimes.
watch seasonal.
I watch some seasonal shit.
Yeah.
Like
And
this
I'll
year,
tell myself I'll watch seasonal shit, and I never do.
There's only been a few seasonal stuff stuff that's came out this year. The stuff that I've watched that's came out this year is My Hero, and plus the movie.
Yeah.
The Demon Slayer.
Non-ongoing shit.
Demon Slayer movie. Horimiya, which is a rom-com that came out this year. Bits and Parts of Mushoku Tensei, which is Jobless Reincarnation. I don't know if you heard of it. It's supposed to be a really good isekai. I've watched it. I've watched part of it. I'm trying to think. I know I've watched other shit that's parts of the other half of Jujutsu Kaisen.
You watched a couple small little
And I've watched One Piece anime, One Piece episodes that have came out this year. What?
You watched some small little anime this season, right?
I haven't watched. I don't think I've watched anything. Yeah, I haven't watched really anything this season.
Because you were telling me about some that are like so bad, they're hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched. What is this? The Way of the Household Husband. I'm just looking through my anime list right now.
Yeah.
Let's
was a couple
see.
seasons ago, though.
Yeah, I've not watched much that has came
So
out
like,
this year.
it's hard because like if it's not goated, and if
this one sucked. I don't know why. Like, this is actually one of the worst.
Was this the one that you were talking to me about?
It is so overrated. It's called Skate Infinity.
Yes.
It sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so
You
sorry.
told me
Like,
that
I
one.
watched
Holy
it.
shit.
It sucks. Like, if you think it's good, you're lying to yourself. It actually sucks, dude. It has like a good rating, dude. It sucks,
So you saying everyone that gave that shit a good rating sucks?
dude. I'm serious. Like that. You watch it. It's like so childish. It's not even. It's like not good. Like the first 2 episodes, really good. I was like, oh, this is like living up to the hype. Then it becomes like some weird ass. Like everyone just has an obsession with each other. You watch it. There's no real like
Yuri on Ice on steroids.
it's just really weird. It's like really weird, and you're like, why? This doesn't make any. You're watching it. You're just kind of like, why? I don't like. It's just stuff just happens really fast, and like stuff just gets blown over. I watched it. Sometimes when I watch something, I'm just like, oh, that was a good ending. Or it's like, even some bad stuff, I'm just like, but the ending was okay. And I was just, glad to finish. I was glad I finished that. That was so bad.
That's so fucking bad.
Yes, I was glad I finished that. I watched it and I was like, I'm just watching this just so I can complete this. It's not good. I wanted it to be good. I guess the main quote unquote antagonist is just he sucks. Like, he's horrible. Like, he's just not good. And then there's just random characters who they insert and then they just never get complete what they're actually doing. It's so weird. It's like so beyond.
Kind of like so would you say it's the worst sports anime you've ever seen?
By far. Like, it's
Easily?
one of the worst anime I've seen, period.
Yes. Even worse than what was that one that we watched?
Peter Grill?
No.
Ninja Collection?
Yeah, Ninja
Okay,
Collection.
it's not as bad as that. But like, honestly,
that shit was so bad it was funny.
Ninja Collection was easier to get through than this. I'm so like,
It had me dying. It had me laughing my ass off.
No, there's a lot, like, and it's like you could tell that they were actually trying with this anime, and it's crazy because I'm like, it's just not good. Like, it's like I wanted this to be good so bad, and I saw it had a good rating.
What would you rather do? Would you rather rewatch that anime or start the Fate series?
I'd rather finish the Fate series 3 times.
Fate series.
Yeah, I'd rather read the light novels, dude. Like, honestly, it's just not good. I watched the first 2 episodes of Skate the Infinity. Those 2 they're fine. But besides that, no. Like, yeah, so
I heard the Fate series is not actually as good as it doesn't justify the amount that it has. Like, there's just so much shit, and it's okay.
Well, we're not going to be dealing with the Fate series anytime soon. But yeah, I haven't watched much that has came out this year. We usually watch more, but
for sure. And it sucks because there's things that I do want to watch, but like I said, it's so hard for me to get behind something that I either A, don't already know about, or B, am not hyped up by my friends to watch.
Or
like,
if you just don't,
I really
if you just don't have time.
Yeah, like I really wanted to watch Communicate.
I just heard because
I've heard such good shit about it.
I've heard good stuff, but they said if you're gonna watch it, you have to watch it on an illegal website because Netflix messed up the subtitles. Because apparently, what Comey does is she can't communicate, so she I think she draws or she writes whatever she's trying to say.
So they mess up the subtitles on her drawings?
They don't subtitle it at all, so you don't know what she's actually trying to say. So it's
I was saying apparently that's the joke, but they literally don't.
They don't which is weird is they so you don't know what she's saying. So it's just really weird. So you have to watch it illegally, which is just I'm that's so then why do they do that?
Fan subs for the win.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm kind of want to only watch anime from here on out with very colorful fan subs. If there was an option on Funimation where I could do colorful subtitles,
some Arabic. I'm kidding.
Like the ones that they used to have for old school One Piece.
No, I did not know what you're talking about.
No, you don't know about the fan subs for old school One Piece where during the moves they would kind of fade in the words and have different colors for each one of the attacks depending on who it was.
Maybe.
So Zoro's for his fan subs when they first came out, Zoro's attacks would be all in green, and depending on which one it was, they'd have a different transition effect for him and make him extra fucking badass.
I haven't seen that.
Or for Luffy's, you know how he extends out his words whenever he says gum, right? So the fan subs would literally go gum.
Oh yeah,
it when he's saying it, which is fucking bad. This is cool as shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't heard because so he's watching the dub for it. Well, he was. Now he's caught up to the dub, so he's switching to sub. Because this is back when this One Piece is also one of the first anime that I've ever watched. And it was just hard for me to watch sub, so I just watched dub because hard for me to keep up, so I watched dubbed. And till about beginning of Impel Down, about 400 episodes in, is when I stopped watching the dub because I had to transition over. But just One Piece is just so good that I did it. And up until that point, that was the only anime I would watch subbed because I was just I can't keep it. It's too hard for me to keep up. And then I unlocked my Mangekyou Sharingan. Now I'm fine.
Now you can do everything at once.
Yeah. But what is it? Okay. But yeah, I haven't heard him say gum. It's just different. I don't know. I'm more used to them in Japanese because I remember when I went over to your place and I was watching the dub because you had an episode on. Yeah. I was just wow. I feel some of the characters I was that's a very interesting
choice
for the dub. That's a very because that's just not what I heard. That's just not what I'm used to hearing.
I think the hardest one for me to get through between sub and dub is Zoro's, because in the sub, his voice isn't as deep as in the dub.
Yeah, it is.
Because I think in the dub it's deep as fuck.
I think no, his voice in the dub is actually really deep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying in the sub it's not as deep.
No, in the sub, I meant to say in the sub it is really deep. It is really deep.
I don't know. I've heard it. It just doesn't sound as deep to me. It feels weird.
Okay, well then you haven't seen it as much as I've seen a lot of One Piece. I've seen a majority of One Piece.
What's the hardest voice for you to get through the change in dub?
From
what you saw?
Oh, there was okay, which characters sound weird dub?
Yeah, for you. Or the hardest ones to accept.
What is that guy's name? Bellamere? No. What was his fucking name? No, hold on. It's actually no. That's not who I'm talking about. It's part of the Flamingo family. He's the Fishman guy. Do you remember the guy
Hawk?
No, his name's not Hawk. His name is Dellinger.
Oh, Dellinger.
I think whatever.
Dellinger, yeah, super high
I didn't like his voice.
Kinda
I didn't like.
stereotypical
I think it's
gay
Viola.
voice.
Viola. I did not like her voice, Viola.
You didn't like Viola's voice?
Yeah.
It had an accent on it.
It was
Gerardo
weird.
liked
It was
Gerardo
weird.
liked that it had an accent on it.
No, he didn't. He thought it was weird too.
Ooh, it had an accent.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he liked it. Just because it was just so weird. It was like, what is this? And then just other characters, I was like, that's just not it. And who is it? Did y'all? I think I've heard Akainu. I didn't like Akainu's voice. I didn't really like his voice dubbed.
No, you didn't hear Akainu. You shouldn't have. The episodes that we were watching, Sengoku was in it, but not Akainu.
No, I'm talking. I've heard.
Oh, like, you've heard Akainu's.
Yeah, but there's just some characters I just don't like.
Shout out to Old Man Sengoku. I'm at the. I've completed Dressrosa. So
yeah, he completed Dressrosa.
I really like Old Man Sengoku. It's cool as fuck.
He's moving on to Zoe, which Zoe is,
yeah,
pretty big. But what's it called? But yeah, I mean, that's what's really been going on with. I wasn't watching anime for a while, honestly. Like I wasn't really doing. Yeah, for a while I wasn't watching anime, and that's why I got so far behind with One Piece. Cause I was also trying to get myself so I can just consume more episodes, so I can give myself a break and then watch a binge.
So One Piece was my comfort, like not just in anime, but in like shows, movies, general. I would rather. I'm a film major at UT, so I have to watch films all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would rather come home and spend the last 2 hours of my waking day watching One Piece till I fall asleep than trying to watch a movie that I was required to watch that I actually thought I would enjoy. Yeah.
I mean, One Piece has just always been one of those things where it's taught me a lot of things in life. I know One Piece is one of the things where I know I wouldn't be the same person I am today if it wasn't for One Piece. And I think One Piece has definitely had an effect on a lot of people's lives in many different ways, and it has definitely taken, like, I could be going through some things, and then I just watch it. I'm not thinking about that while I'm watching it, or once I'm watching it, I'm thinking about, oh shit, like, what are, like, all these theories in my head, or just this, that, and the other.
It's a comfort for me, man. So like I wasn't watching anything at one point in time. I wasn't watching anything. I wasn't playing any video games. I wasn't consuming a lot of entertainment, which is what I specialize in. That's where my career is, in entertainment. I wasn't watching anything or consuming anything except for One Piece as much as I could, try to do, which is usually 1 or 2 episodes a night. It's for a month and a half, 2 months straight.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, One Piece. I'm continuing to try to catch up. I do want to. It's like, I want to catch up, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm caught up, and then it's like, yeah, I'm caught up. I gotta wait another week, or so.
It's really nice to look at Funimation and see that Funimation, the website or app, and see newly updated, and always see One Piece's name in there. It's always nice to know that it's just still, it's still going. Because me, I'm not caught up, so
yeah.
I still feel like I'm binging, but it's always nice to know that somebody, people out there, hundreds, thousands of people are watching the new episode of One Piece as it comes out.
Yeah, the episode of 1000. I'm on. I didn't get to watch
1004.
1002. 1002. 1003 is airing. What is today? Thursday. A couple days.
Okay.
So yeah. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I forgot. I lost my train.
You just said you stopped watching it.
Oh no, yeah. Well, no, I haven't caught up to episode 1000. But when episode 1000, literally, it shut down Crunchyroll. It made Crunchyroll crash. It was pretty big everywhere. Everyone went crazy. Everyone loved it. It got great feedback. But yeah, I know. I'm just excited to see just what continues happening in Wano.
That's what everyone feels. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just excited with what's going on in Wano.
I can't wait till I get to Wano, bro. Wano's gonna be the shit. When I get there, it's gonna be fucking great.
Yeah, it's Wano's the, I don't know if I don't think that's a spoiler, but it's okay. So I don't
choose your next words carefully.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's a spoiler, but it's more or less like you can. Wano's been talked about for as far back as you could probably think. It's been far back talked about even as Thriller Bark.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. I know it was talked about in Thriller Bark with
it's been hinted at for fucking ever.
Yeah, and then there's, I'm trying to think.
Elbath too. Elbath is next. Like Elbath has to come sometime.
Yeah, Elbath, everyone thinks about Elbath. There's a few islands where I'm just like
we still haven't seen.
We
still haven't
what's
seen.
What's gonna happen there? So there's there's the island where the One Piece is at, and then there's also the last island. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that the One Piece is not on the last island. It's on. Hold on, keep you talking.
Okay, yeah. So what I was gonna say is we've seen Marie Joie, right? But wasn't that not an island? The Celestial Dragons don't live on Marie Joie. They just kind of go there, right?
Oh, so this one is okay. I think this has been. I was correct in saying the last island that can be reached is Lode. Oh, fuck! I just exited out of it. Lodestar.
Lodestar.
I think it's called Lodestar.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's called Lodestar. I knew it was something like that. I was like, it starts with an
But yeah. Like I said, the Celestial Dragons, they didn't live on Marie Joie, right?
Okay. So basically, what was said there is, so basically, what happened with long time ago is a lot of nations came together, and I can't remember how many ever nations there are now, but how many were there? They came together and they kind of formed, as what I remember is like the Holy Land Marie Joie.
Yeah.
And they came together, and then it just kind of expanded. That happened many, many, many years ago. I can't remember how many years that they said. And what happened is, like Doflamingo, his family, they wanted to get away from that.
Yeah.
And when they wanted to get away from that, then you're dead to them, so you can't even go back and everything. And that's kind of where Doflamingo's character starts, because technically he is a celestial dragon. It's kinda.
And we also haven't seen.
Well, he knows secrets. I could just say he knows secrets of that no one else knows.
Okay, but just in general, islands that we haven't been to: Lodestar, Elbath, that we know of.
The last island. The
island.
The last island's Lodestar, and the island
Elbath,
where the One Piece is at.
The island where the One Piece is at. We haven't been to Navy HQ.
Also,
right?
I'm being careful with my words here,
Yeah.
because I don't want to say, because I know some stuff, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to release any spoilers. So for people, don't comment anything, because I know, but just don't comment about it.
And then we also haven't been to Navy HQ yet, right?
The new Navy headquarters.
Yeah.
No,
because. Yeah, we haven't actually, they haven't gone there. The Straw Hats haven't.
So there's Lodestar. There's the island where the One Piece is at.
Yep.
There's Elbath. Then there's Marie Joie, the new Navy headquarters. If we go exploring those Marie Joie and Navy headquarters, I feel like we will explore those, but I don't know how deep we will explore those.
I hope that there is.
In Elbath, I just know that the two that I'm most certain that obviously we're gonna go reach is, if I had to say three, I would say, if there was three that I was certain that we're going to go to, if there was like, Oda was like, okay, we're only gonna go to 3 more islands, I'd say the last island, Lodestar, the island where the One Piece is at, and
You have to say Elbath.
I don't know if it could be Elbath or Marie Joie or New Navy headquarters. Probably
the New Navy headquarters.
Maybe Marie Joie. I would say it would be those 3, but I'm not sure.
Wait, isn't the world government run somewhere outside of Navy headquarters?
Huh? Yeah.
And we haven't been there, right?
That's where the Holy Land Marie Joie
is.
Forgot about that.
So That's why I don't know. I can't tell. So if it was like to end One Piece, or not to, I guess to end One Piece, but yeah, like to complete One Piece's story, you'd have to go to Marie Joie.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need necessarily to explore the new Navy headquarters. We don't need to necessarily, but there's just other things.
You have
and
to
I've
fight.
also
They have to fight the world government, and actually the world government HQ. You know what I'm saying? Like as a system.
Do you know the next arcs
After Zoe?
No. Just
In general, I know that the big is coming. I know that the big
okay, well, no. Just
up.
you know the arcs that are actually going on.
Yes.
Which or have been completed, or like have been completed in the manga. Like, you know, Zoe.
Yeah.
So do you know about that?
And then Wano. Aren't we still? We're still in Wano in the manga too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty certain.
Yeah. So we're still in Wano.
We're gonna be nearing. It's gonna be nearing 200 chapters. Wano.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's long.
I mean, it is long, but
long
it doesn't
fuck.
feel. It doesn't feel long. It just doesn't feel long. It really doesn't. Like, I just
How many episodes is that of Wano then?
I'm
easily 100 and like 110, 120.
They're about 110 episodes deep into Wano. But there's going to be more episodes than chapters as of right now, because, you know, they have to, like, whatever.
Do the fillers, yeah.
No, they're not doing fillers. They just stretch it out a bit more. But with One Piece, people complain about that pacing, whatever. But for me, at least, it doesn't feel long, because One Piece chapters are so condensed with so much information and just so much is going on that you can stretch it out. Like, for like whatever an episode, and especially with stuff that's going on, you could stretch out a fight a little bit longer. You could stretch out this, whatever. So yeah, but there's
I think that's
the big
true.
moments, and especially big moments, they hit harder in One Piece because like in the manga, because it'll be quicker that it go over it. Like
some people compare. I do think it's different for every series, but some people compare one episode is supposed to be 3 chapters. That's not how it is for One Piece, right?
Well, One Piece, it depends on where you are. Like, ever since time skip, it's like roughly a chapter per. Well, at least in Wano, it's about a chapter per episode.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's about a chapter per episode.
I like that. I'd rather.
And then
have
sometimes if it's really condensed, it'll just be like maybe 3/4 of a chapter, which is. But I mean, you can't really tell. You can't really tell. You're looking at it because like I just watched an episode and like so much stuff just happened that you're just kind of like, wow, this was only like 12 pages in the manga and this was a whole episode.
That's how I felt.
That's insane.
That's how I felt about the very beginning of Dressrosa.
What?
Like that. Like, you're like, holy fuck, so much shit just
there's
happened.
a lot of people who complain about Dressrosa because they say it's the pacing, whatever, but I honestly think
like the very beginning was insane. Like the moment that
action was just always happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like the moment that it was the moment that they had the Law, Doflamingo, and Fujitora fight, I was like, there is so much shit going on, like, just right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, holy fuck. Yeah, mm-hmm. I thought the pacing there was quick. Like, I was like, dude, it's too fast. You know what I'm saying?
And people complain, but see, I don't know. Like, for me, I know everyone has their own preference, and people will be like, oh, just One Piece is best consumed. I think whatever you're most comfortable enjoying One Piece in, enjoy it. If you're most comfortable with the manga, watch the manga or read the manga.
Watch the manga.
And if you're more comfortable with the anime, watch the anime. And if you want to branch out and see, maybe I want to try the manga. Or if you're like, I want to try the anime. Try the anime. Whichever one you want to do, whatever you're more comfortable with doing. Don't let someone tell you you have to watch the anime or you have to read the manga for One Piece. You just have to. You can't watch the anime. Just don't listen. Just enjoy stuff how you want to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's different for everybody.
And definitely for me, I started off with the anime, and I'm just going to continue with the anime.
That's how I feel about
the only thing that would ever stop me from transitioning is just spoilers. But
Really weird reason. I was banning Boruto out of my watch list for anime, and I did ban Boruto out of my watch list until I reread the ending of the Great Ninja War in Naruto in the manga. I never did read it, and so I read it and I just kept going. Like, Boruto flowed really easily into it, and now I am like 25 chapters deep into Boruto. It's only been like 3 days.
Yeah, so I mean, and you're able to just binge chapters well, or a lot easier than I am. It takes. But
I don't think I would ever watch. I don't think I ever would have watched the anime.
Yeah, because there's just so many fillers. It's actually majority filler.
Really?
Yeah, because the chapters are released monthly.
Oh yeah, you said
they're not released weekly. I think it would be better if they were released bi-weekly. Then the story would just progress a lot faster for just the manga, because I think they're only like 60 something chapters.
Yeah, they're only like 70 chapters in at most.
Yeah, which is like,
that's not.
And
it's
been years. Yeah, it's been since 2017, 2016.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot at all. That's So, but obviously the creator, he makes his own decisions, and obviously there's a lot of work that's put into that. But it would be better if it was bi-weekly. But just that they're getting some chapters is good at the end of the day, especially with the state that the world's in right now. But yeah,
they crank out some other big ones out though, like a lot quicker than that. So
yeah, I don't know, but. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things. How often
does One Piece manga get released?
Weekly.
Weekly?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So weekly, and usually about 18 pages. And one of the things, like, just the One Piece manga is, I don't know.
What would you say to Oda if you could like sit down and have a dinner with him?
I don't really know if I could just say what really.
Would you ask him something very specific?
No, I wouldn't ask him about anything.
You'd let him tell a story?
Yeah, I'd let him tell his story. Like his, like...
No questions from the past or anything you'd bring up, though?
Well, I guess if I were to ask him anything, it'd probably be more or less, what inspired you to create One Piece? What thoughts do you have when you're going into One Piece? What does One Piece mean to you? Like, what does it... Like, what do you think what do you think are the overlay, like the main themes or what do you think of when you create One Piece? What do you think of? Like, how does this make you feel? Is this something that you've always just had in your mind since you were a kid? Is this just a world that you were creating? Like, I just wanted to just know what got, I guess, just understand whatever, and just understand him more as a person, so you can kind of see that in his writing and stories and everything. Because as we see a lot of crazy things in One Piece, like, talking animals, whatever, this, that, and the other, and there's some funny comedy faces, but there's also some of the dark, like some dark themes, like there's like some of like
genocide, straight up genocide,
slavery, and one of the big themes is like absolute authoritarian government to a someone who's trying to like freedom, versus absolute authoritarian versus freedom. And there's also dreams. There's also
versus like dreams versus justice.
Yeah, there's also justice. There's also just what justice really is. Yeah, is because it can only be like, because what is justice at the end of the day? Like, and a lot of people, it's just because obviously, and it's showing that not all pirates are bad, not all Navy members are bad, not everyone in the world is bad, but there's bad people in every places where you look, and but some bad, like the bad apples spoil a bunch. So obviously the Navy looks at whatever as bad, this, that, and the other, and they all have different forms of justice, which is what really is one of the main which is a pretty big theme in One Piece, which is what is justice to you and how you see things. Because
I think it's crazy that even like in the Navy, like the sense of justice is different. Like, it's very obvious that like the sense of justice for Sengoku is wildly different for what it is for Fujitora
or Akainu. Akainu, same. He's more
He's kind of hell bent on like not vengeance.
I wouldn't say vengeance. It's more or less he's more justice and rule by power.
Yeah,
like just absolute power ruling over everybody by kind of more or less fear. Yeah. Everyone's scared of Akainu, and so his is more or less just fear.
Dude's wild.
Yeah, he's pretty wild. So but yeah, there's a lot of overlaying like just themes in One Piece, and it's just it's crazy because, you know, who's to say like you know, a lot of the things that's going on, like you've seen Captain Smoker, a lot of the things he's just like, yeah, we need to stop Luffy because he is a pirate and he's going through, but also he stopped like Crocodile. He was able to go over and see what Crocodile was doing, and he brought to light, like Luffy brought to light the wrong and he brought out the bad apples in the warlords. Yeah. And what a lot of them are doing, and a lot of like he's trying to take control of a country and work strings behind like work things behind the scenes. And that's what you saw Doflamingo do. He had a mastermind plan, and you saw Fujitora, and that's one of the reasons why Fujitora pretty much let Luffy go. Is, you know, he knows that Luffy
did right.
He sees that Luffy did right in that scenario, and he also saw that, which was one thing that this government has never done. And you see, there's like so far to go all the way to the point where they would just keep secrets of what happened 800 years ago. I think it's the exact number. 800 years ago, whatever happened in the Void Century. They completely wiped 100 years of history. That's how far this government's willing to go, to just completely erase whatever. So they're just seen as good, but they're bad in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, they're bad. That government is morally corrupt. It's just corrupt in a lot of ways that you look at it, and that's a spoiler, but it's corrupt in a lot of ways that you look at it, but that doesn't mean every person in the Navy, in the world government, is necessarily bad. Yeah, but it's more or less you're gonna have to do exactly what they say, and there's reason. It's just the system itself.
Like you could tell like Garp was stuck in the system. Like he did not enjoy doing some of the things that he had to do. Yeah. So, and then he got out, but yeah.
No, Garp, he's still part of
he's still in, but yeah, he's not.
He's still, but you could only.
I like where Fujitora is. I like
him as a character. Like he's more of
also his position.
He's more of. I think he's kind of like and he's so he's so disgusted with what this world is becoming and just what he's seen with his own eyes that he literally blinded himself. Yeah. That he's so disgusted with what he's seen with, like, you know, what's going on behind the scenes, just what he's seen with his own eyes, that he literally blinded himself. He's tired of just seeing this, and he's ready for this world to just become, like, you know, he's just trying to make it better how he can. Yeah. And
he's trying to enact his sense of what justice is to him. Mm-hmm.
And I think it's more of a contrast to Akainu. Akainu is more just ruled by power.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Just and to see it go forward, you know, in Fujitora's role and everything. I love how they're like, you're not allowed to come back. You're not allowed to come back until you bring Straw Hat Luffy. Not that you're not allowed to come, you just can't step foot in like a Navy base.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we've gone on for enough. But yeah, so we talked about One Piece for a bit. Obviously, talked about whatever. Don't even know what I would name this episode, so don't know when this is going to come up. Don't even know what the future holds
just start
for
doing numbers. Yeah. Fuck doing titles. We'll just do numbers.
I don't know. Yeah, so I guess that is us. Whatever, we keep taking breaks, but it's just whoa, voice crack. Keep taking breaks. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of just hard to really understand what we even want to do with the channel and stuff. So, but I think we'll see what voice crack again. Yeah. We'll see what we're gonna do. Can't make any promises, but we haven't forgot this channel. We always want to do this.
Above all, we do this to have fun. Before everything else, we do this because it's fun for us to do. It's because we want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I guess we will see you when we do see you again. We do want to do more podcasts, and I don't know what I'm going to do with reactions. I do have other ideas I want to do. Don't know how I want to set things up. Obviously, just with the equipment we have, it's kind of hard. Obviously, we don't have all the money in the world, so it's going to be harder to do.
Struggling college kids.
Yeah, so but we'll see what we can do, and so
I'd like to start doing reviews. Hopefully I can get that popping. There's facilities that I can use, things that I can use. Thank you, University of Texas. I can get that started a little more and do. Hopefully, I'd like to do, like I said, I like to do reviews of certain things. And some of them might be more manga related because that's just where I tend to put my time into now.
Yeah, but I guess until then, we'll see. But we're just gonna be keeping up with whatever. I don't know what we're really gonna be, but hopefully we'll get another one of these done, maybe a couple weeks or a week or whatever. Who knows? So, but anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's it for me, man.
All right. Well, with all that being said, if you guys did enjoy, I guess give us
like, subscribe. You can dislike, but we won't see that
yeah.
shit.
No, we will. They won't see it.
Y'all won't see it. This video, actually, dislike just for the ratio.
No, that whatever. If you guys like the video, then give it a like, and if not, then do whatever you want to do. Give us a comment. Tell us about what y'all have been watching, what y'all have been up to.
We love hearing
when it comes
from
to
y'all.
Anime, manga. Love hearing it. If y'all are listening this far, I know a lot of people
we
do
love
not.
We love hearing y'all's opinions. Y'all,
Yeah.
some of y'all have very strong opinions about.
So, but we shall see. If you guys did enjoy, I guess subscribe. Go check out our other videos. Go check out our other podcast. And until then, there's only one thing left to say. Make sure to take care and keep watching anime.